Okay, good people, let's talk about Deepseek. Let's talk about what's going on with this Deepseek app. Good people, for those of you that don't know or have been living under a rock today, when I was on the plane earlier, I've been hearing about the Deepseek, and it is an app. It's an AI app, and for the companies that are invested in OpenAI, I would be very, very worried if I was. At first, I wanted to be invested in it, as as a private in the private equity markets. But I'm so glad I'm not, because this DeepSeek, that sounds like deep state, is wreaking havoc today. It's sold off the Chinese market, and it's sold off actually international. It just sold off everything. And and there is a lot of fear because this does AI cheaper. China's one of those places historically has always done stuff faster, cheaper. And the cheaper part is what hurts our economy. And so when you have someone that could do something that we've spent hundreds of billions of dollars, billions and billions of dollars in research, and then they come and do it cheaper and faster. That's why the stock market is selling off today. That's why the even crypto. Now, crypto is what this video is about, but I'm going to talk about crypto for a minute. Okay, so I think it's an overreaction. For those of you that's in NVIDIA, I wouldn't buy everything. I wouldn't load up on NVIDIA today. I would think about getting some NVIDIA, but I wanted to make this one about crypto. Crypto is selling off also too. Remember, if the stock market absolutely tanks, crypto cannot stand. It will not stand alone, right? We've been through this in 2021, good people, because liquidity is liquidity. Remember, if you're in fear and you're taking your money off the table, you're also taking your money out of crypto. So liquidity is leaving crypto out of just pure fear when you see things falling. Compound that with, we have a Fed decision on Wednesday. People think that GDP is not good, and the threats of tariffs are all weighing on crypto in a negative way, because it's like 98% priced in that we will not get an interest rate cut from the Fed. And remember, crypto operates good with lower interest rates, right? And when interest rates start to rise or there's no cuts, then crypto does not perform as well. But you guys know I always have a big butt in the room. All right, so just think about this with the DeepSeek. This is what, and I know you say, Larry, are you for him or against him? This is not for or against. This is facts-based. The one thing the president has done and has been working on with this huge multi-billion dollar, I think it was $50 billion AI infrastructure bill, is he was trying to be first. And so I applaud him on that. That's one of the things I agree on with his America First agenda. But, when we're thinking on something, someone else is working on it, right? And so DeepSeek is having a deep effect on our markets in a very negative and I think over-exaggerated way. I think this is a huge knee-jerk reaction, especially with the chips. But let's go back to crypto. I want you guys to go back, and when I finish shooting this, I'm gonna go pull up a chart. I want you to go back to 2021, especially 2021. And then I'm gonna show you where we thought we topped out. We were trading sideways. Bitcoin was in consolidation, and we were trading sideways for a while. And what happened? It fell. And it fell way more than this. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna record a video that I'm going to put with this video. As a matter of fact, let's break and go there right now. Just for a time frame, we have the two blue lines here, which represents about a month. We got from the 17th of November through the 16th of December, okay? And so this was the last bull run from 2020 to 2021 after the halving, post halving, right? And so we can see that it traded sideways for a while. This actually happened quite a few times. But what happened here was we literally, let me get that going, all right? What happens here is we had this run up, it peaked out, and it actually fell 27%. You guys see that? So we had a 27% sell-off from the peak to the bottom, okay? Or as they say, peak to trough. From the peak to the bottom, right? But what happened after that? A lot of people said, hey, the party's over, blah, blah, blah. Like we are now. It's difficult. I get it. But what happened after that is it literally ran up 88% from the bottom, right? So even if you bought at the top, all right, let me do that. So even if you bought at the top, you could have still had a 41% gain. Now, of course, if this is Bitcoin, that's a lot. And then what happened? It had another fall. Look at that. Boom. Fell again, 22%. Oh, this has got to be the end, all right? Then what happened? It turned around and went up another 34%. You guys get it. Meanwhile, the people that held, okay, let's say you bought midway here of the run up. The people that actually held could have gotten up to, let's just say, a 76% a run up, right? So I just wanted to show you that this happens all the time. It happens all the time. So now here we are now. If you could see, we had a spike up to 109, remember? The day that the president was doing his inauguration, right? He was doing his inaugurational speech. And you can see from the peak down to where we are now is only let's just call that 9%. Just 9%, good people. And if you ask me, that was a fake out, really. It wasn't sustained, right? So the high really was actually right here at 106, okay? I know we had that wick, but the high was 106. And if you really go from 106 and look at where we are right now, we're only talking about 6% down, good people. And so that's what I wanted to show you guys, not to panic, not to panic. You know what we always say, when in doubt, what? Zoom out. We had this big run up since the presidential election. You guys remember that, right? And when you go back in time, you can clearly see that this happened. We had a double, look at that. We had a double top that happened. And these are some of the things that is expected with Bitcoin, right? Then we can go back to the previous one, right? So this is normal. It is expected. So there you have it, good people. This has happened before. And this is just one of those things where, again, you have to be brave. And I will ask you this. I want you to look at Bitcoin, which I am buying some Bitcoin right now. I'm buying Bitcoin at these prices. Anytime Bitcoin goes under 100K, I'm actually heavier buying Bitcoin. I want to ask you this, whether it's Bitcoin, Solana, Sui, let's take Sui out. Let's say XRP, right? I'm going to show you here that the cryptos that generally run up quick, when something like this happens, they take a hit and they dump. But I want to ask you this. If you were buying higher than it is now, seeing what I just showed you, then why aren't you buying now? And if it turns around and it starts to, I'm talking about any of these cryptos, any crypto, whether it's Bitcoin, altcoins, or meme coins. If you were, I would leave it to Bitcoin and altcoins right now, because I wouldn't be piling in heavy in any memes right now in this time of the cycle. But if it's a Bitcoin or altcoins, are you buying on the dips And if you say no, but it turns around and go higher and you start to buy again, let's take a minute and breathe and think about that. Isn't that backwards? Shouldn't we be buying low and selling high? Isn't that the thing? Isn't that the deal? Right? I think that sometimes even people that's been doing it for a while get emotional and turn into emotional traders. This is tough. This is the season we were in before in 2021. So zoom out, trade with the chart and not your heart, as my boy Keenan Grace say. But listen, do not be an emotional trader right now. And if you have to cut it out off and just look at Bitcoin, you see Bitcoin down 6%, you know everything else is coming down, right? All right, that's it, good people. I'm going to leave it right there. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell. And we will see you later.